Well, today I'm going to talk in English because it is such a great pleasure. I am so excited to have my brother-in-law in the program, in the show. So I'm going to bring him to the show. Hello, Alan. How are you?
Hello, how are you, Ricky?
Good, good. Thank you for coming. Thank you for sharing your experience. So before we start, people they don't know you, so I'm gonna ask you, what do you do for a living as of today?
I'm a mechanical engineer.
So how many years ago do you start liking options?
Probably about 8 years ago.
8 years ago. And
Mhm.
what do you used to do 8 years ago with options?
First started doing iron condors, pretty far away from the money,
Okay. So which delta approximately?
like point 1, point,
Also
sometimes
very far, very
very
far.
far. Yeah. So the problem with the iron condors far away is you got to win 99% of them, and then one loss wipes everything out.
Oh
So
shit.
stop doing that, and then started working on strategies for just doing verticals.
Verticals. Okay. Now, one thing as an engineer, you are very you calculate everything, you follow statistics, So, what brought you to come to BTM? I know that you came because I told you about BTM, but what caught your attention, to be in BTM?
I needed something that was easy to do and still be able to work full time.
Hmm.
So needed a tool that could recommend a trade that I could execute very quickly on my phone and then kind of forget about it for the most of the day. So
In a normal day, what do? You just, as soon as you have the idea, you just go to the restaurant and place the order.
yeah, I
Or
mean, I'm usually at my desk, so I just as soon as I see the time is there, set an alarm. I look at the recommendation, go make the order, and then I just go about the rest of my day. So
so you just
usually,
completely forget. You don't. You're
most of
not.
the time,
Yeah.
yes. Some days, if I have time, I'll look and see how things are going. But most days, I just forget about it.
In order to have a rocket going to the sky, they have to try it many times. Is that right? You have to have statistics and you have to be very precise in
Yeah, I
order
mean,
to.
a lot of the analysis that goes into that stuff is they'll run models using different statistical analysis to figure out the probability of success. So yeah.
As an engineer that you are, comparing with a trader, with a regular trader, sometimes, and you call me skinny traders because I'm gambling, sometimes trying to follow the index. But as an engineer, probably you are more, you follow more the statistics rather than being following the SPX.
Well, I mean, I like the SPX because of the tax benefits that you get from it, and
Okay.
then using the same, statistics you could use for pretty much anything you're trading. It applies to SPX as well as anything else. So
Yeah, what I mean is like some people they like to be buying and then selling and buying and selling, trying to follow the index, and that's such a big or huge stress, for someone. When you compare, a platform that give you an idea,
Mhm.
and I compare with your work where you see statistics for something that a rocket has to go into the sky, that you are following statistics. So this tool works with at least something that you have been working for a while, no?
Yeah,
What?
I mean the tool is using I don't know exactly how the tool works, but it's using indicators to try and pick directions, and then it's trying to basically make the math work out so that you win a certain percentage of wins, offsets the losses to where you make a profit basically. So
What is your opinion about, like some people, they they start trying the tool like for 1 week, for instance, and for such a bad luck, that week was a bad bad week for BTM, and they had 2 or even 3 losses, and they say, no, this tool doesn't work at all. What is your recommendation? Because before telling me that, I want you to let me know, when did you start BTM, and how much money, or what is the percentage of money that you had make since you are in BTM?
Yeah, so I started BTM about 3 months ago,
Okay.
and I think currently I'm up about 82%. So in 3 months. So
Wow. Wow. So this is something amazing, like I haven't seen something, like some other tool that give you 83% of profit in 3 months.
well,
If you put it in the bank, it will give you 3.5%
right.
a year.
Yeah.
So
Waste of
so
time.
it's a waste of time. So what would you tell to those people? Because sometimes we have new people, and they don't see, the tool or the investments from, like 3,000 foot above, and they can see, like what is growing. So what is your opinion of that?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, one thing I've learned after doing this for 8 years is you have to be patient and you have to be disciplined. So there's no strategy that wins 100% of the time, and there's there are strategies that win high percentage of the time, sometimes 90%, but that's when you have to pay attention to, how much you win versus what a loss is. So, if you win 99% of your trades, but one loss wipes them all out, that's not really a good strategy. So you really have to look at the percentage of, win rate versus loss rate, but also what the average credits and debits are. And then over that, you're playing a long game. So it's over a long period of time. Those numbers should work out to where you can make a little bit of money over, a long period of time. And then what you need to do is basically scale that. So if you're doing, if you're making, $1,000, on a vertical one vertical, but then you could scale that to 10 or 20 or 30. That's what you're trying to do. There's no, trying to get rich overnight just doesn't happen. So,
Now, you just said the magical word, which is patience, and you are the person who has patience, because I'm going to tell something to the audience that they don't know. This guy, he's an engineer, but he doesn't. He has a hobby. He loves fixing things, making things. He has a Mustang that he has been building for a few years, and from from zero, he built it from zero, like welding, putting the engine in there and everything. And so that's why when he says patience, I believe him, because he has been having the patience to build that car, because it's his hobby. So that's a good point, Alan. I really like, and that's something that I need to learn. As a matter of fact, I need to learn to have patience, because I have been in the market since 1999, and most of the traders, we don't have patience. We just want to win immediately, like in a minute. So
yeah,
that's why,
everybody wants that.
yeah. But
But
it,
I mean, if you watch, some traders on YouTube, for instance, they'll tell you there's weeks where you lose money. There's weeks where you break even. There's months where you break even or lose money. So you got to look at it's a longer term game that you're playing. So getting a couple, 2 or 3 losses in a row is not unexpected for any strategy. So.
now that you are being in BTM for 3 months, what do you like, and what would you like to see more in BTM? What feature would you like to have in BTM?
The update for the back testing that happens every Friday or Saturday, it looks back at a 90-day period, and I'd be interested to know if a 30-day or a 60-day is better, or at least be able to compare the 30, 60, and the 90. So
Yeah.
I think
Wow.
sometimes there's a little bit of a lag in in the change in the time. So
And today you are doing one trade or two trades? How many trades are you doing?
I started doing one, and then now my account is up to where I feel comfortable doing two. So now I'm doing two.
Awesome. That's great.
Yep.
So you're doing iron condor or vertical? What are you doing today?
I'm doing one of each, one vertical and one condor.
That's great. And you like to expire, or sometimes you like to leave?
I like to expire that way because I save on commission. But if I see towards the end of the day that it's trending in a bad direction, especially if it's if the market opened or say went up early in the day and then dropped down, and then it looks like it's heading back to close to the open, or or a high I had for that day, or maybe there's some moving averages involved, then I'll just go ahead and exit out. So, but
That's
not
cool.
very often. But
That's cool. What would you like to recommend to those people who start BTM?
I think you should kind of understand the numbers, the math behind it, and look at the data that you have on the website where you can run the back testing and look at the average losses, average credits, average debits, the percents of the wins and losses, the max drawdowns. There's all really important information to know when you're starting out, to know when you should move on from, say, 1 to 2. Like, you want to be able to cover your max drawdowns and still be able to keep trading. So those are important things to pay attention to.
You just mentioned something that I was going to ask you. What was your drawdown in these three months? What was the
max drawdown
yes.
had it was close to $1,000, I think, around about $900, I think was the max drawdown.
And you were pissed, probably.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But at the end, one of the things that actually I'm going to tell everybody, he is the one who has taught me to be more patient, because he always say, you have to wait.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you be patient and follow the ideas, and the account balance is slowly rising up, and that's what you're trying to do. So
awesome. Well, I want to thank you so much, Alan, for helping me spread the idea of BTM. So I hope that some people start joining our community and our tool. So if you want to say some words of goodbye, are welcome.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity, Ricky. Good talking to you.
Good talking to you, and I'll see you soon. Say goodbye to my sister.
All right, bye-bye.
Take care, my friend.
Did you know that there's a tool out there that lets you see the market with greater clarity? Do you feel lost when day trading? You're not sure where the market is heading? Do you always feel like you're getting in too late or maybe heading in the wrong direction? Stop trading without information or context. Just like a pilot needs flight instruments, a trader needs the right tools to make decisions with better perspective. Introducing BTM, backtestingmarket.com, a platform designed to help you visualize the market's behavior during intraday trading. With BTM, you can identify gamma exposure and high activity zones in indexes like SPX, SPY, QQQ, XSP, and RUT. Discover vertical spreads and iron condor ideas based on real data. And best of all, run backtesting to see how those ideas would have performed in past months and measure their historical returns. BTM uses mathematical algorithms, real data, and historical patterns to offer a structured view of the market. It's not about predicting, it's about trading with context. BTM doesn't tell you what to trade, it gives you the tools to make more informed decisions. Backtestingmarket.com. More data, more clarity, less guesswork.